My channel and coaching center. Today I'm going to explain your history 10th chapter, the political development of 20th century, part 2 video. So last video I stopped in here in Hitler, First World War and Russian Revolution I explained, and about Mussolini I explained. So let's come to the Second World War. So what happened? Let's see. So before everyone could forget First World War death. The Second World War was started. World War was started in the Germany's occupation. Germany occupation means they leaded it. Occupation in Poland, it was started. Poland in September 1st, 1939. The Germany planned to start the Second World War. More than 30 countries participated in this war. Countries participated in this war, whereas as well as war took place in 1939 to 1945. It took place for 6 years. Rich countries has spent more money for the economic growth in 1930s. So for the economic growth of their country they spent more money, but after the war the economic growth were stopped. And they faced many problems. Many people faced. Many were unemployed in many countries. After this, they faced many unemployment in First World War. Germany and other European countries faced after First World War. European countries, they came back with more money aid to fight against them. Hitler, who was dictator of Germany, and Mussolini, as you know, dictator of Italy. So in Asia also there was getting war. So Japan attacked on China territory. Japan attacked. So during Second World War, also two parties were formed. Two groups were there, as in First War, Tribal Entity and Tribal Alliance. Like that, only two groups were there in Second World War. One is Axis and other is Allies. Then, as well as the Axis were Germany, Italy, and Japan were Axis group, and Allies group were Russia, as well as the France, as England. So England were the second group, and the England declared to attack on Germany, as it was friendly country to Poland, country to Poland, and the Poland when but when Germany attacked Poland, Poland, it did not go immediately to help them. It did not go, and it was occupied by them. As well as. So Russia came under communist rule, but rule. So the countries like Germany, like France and England, where France and England were thinking that Germany will attack on Russia. They were thinking that Russia entered no war back on with Germany on 1939. Afterwards he gone to east instead of west. As they did agreement, he gone to east. He gone to west, east instead of west, and he did an agreement with Italy also, and he planned to attack on Denmark. He planned invade Holland, and he captured Holland, and he captured many European countries. Attacking in 1945, Hitler idea turned to attack on Russia, and Russia was forced to war, and the same time Japan joined Germany, and it attacked on some places of Pacific Ocean that belongs to USA and captured it. Some places they captured, and Italy and Germany tried to occupy some British colonies, but they were failure and tried to occupy some places of Suez Canal. 1942, Russia defeated Germany, and in 1943 Germany has to face many economic problems, as well as this USA defeated Japan and took back its places that were in Pacific Ocean, as they attacked and they took. Afterwards, Germany surrendered, and Hitler died in 1945, he shot at himself and he died. The USA dropped first nuclear bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan, and this led to death of Japan people, thousands of Japan people, and Japan is still facing some problem. Means by that nuclear power bomb has deputed, it has still spreading some problem, like if a child is born, it may be born without eyes, or it is not have eyesight, or his hand will be not well, his legs will be not well. They are facing some physical problems still. On August 15, 1945, it surrendered completely. And the results of Second World War are it caused lakhs of deaths. The Second World War caused lakhs of deaths, as well as it also changed social and economic growth of many countries. It changed, as well as winning countries of Second World War, like Russia and America and other countries have got chance to join. They have got chance to join Security Council of the UNO. They got chance. USA and Russia became two powerful countries, and India got its independence. After that independence, and many Cold War was happened. I will explain what are Cold Wars is. Your next topics will come. After that, as you know, USA dropped first nuclear bomb, as well as it was the arms race was started. Between the countries. After this Second World War over, next is Chinese Revolution. So next topic is Chinese Revolution. China is one of the ancient country in the world which has rich history. Means it has more history. It was not like a colonies, like as British made colonies. It was not like a colonies in India when it fought for independence. It was under rule of France and Japan. France and Japan was ruling China. It was controlled by landlords. Did not had industries, did not had industries like India. Industries like India. In this time, the unity among them became more important. Became more important. Leadership of under the leadership of Kuomintang party's leader Sun Yat-sen. With help of him, revolution took place. Did not grew full. It did not grew full. The Communist Party was started in China in 1925. It saw the movements happening in rural and city areas and cities, and it gave support. The Communist Party gave support to farmers and workers movements. The ruler of Kuomintang Party, Sun Yat-sen came under King. The ruler was there. King Chiang Kai-shek. He came under the King Chiang Kai-shek, and they both attacked on Communist Party. They both attacked on Communist Party as well as under 70,000 revolutionaries were killed by this attack. They were killed. A person called Mao Zedong started long march towards northern part of China. He did a march, and it was welcomed by rural people. During Second World War, Japan attacked China, and the Communist Party fought against them. They fought against them as well as the Japan accepted defeat. As you know, accepted defeat in 1945 due to the nuclear bomb attack by the USA. They accepted defeat. Japan was trying to take back their areas. The Communist Party attacked and took it. The Communist Party of China attacked and took that some areas from Japan. Made land reforms. The Communist Party made, and it distributed the land as well as the King Chiang Kai-shek attacked More of the plays were under Communist Party, Communist Party, and some plays were under King, King Chiang Kai-shek, were under King Chiang Kai-shek. So Chiang Kai-shek, that some places were under the rule of Chiang Kai-shek, and more places were under the control of the Communist Party. In 1949, more of places came under Communist Party, under Communist Party, and Ching, and that Chiang Kai-shek had to run away to Taiwan. By this running of Chiang Kai-shek, the Liberation Army attacked a army called Liberation Army attacked on Beijing. They attacked on Beijing, and the people revolt against them, and Mao Zedong became president of China. He became after the China got freedom by that revolt by the people. Community farming was introduced. Farming was introduced there. And all were given and all were provided with free health and education, as well as they implemented Leap Forward program. Leap Forward program was implemented, as well as the Cultural Revolution was brought. As well as now it has adopted many principles. To grow their country, to grow economically. With revolution, next come to Cold War. Next last topic you have to see is Cold War. After that, a small topic is there. The competition was started between the two blocks, communist and democratic blocks. The competition was started after the end of Second World War. After the end of Second World War, a small wars called as Cold War was started. Cold War, it is called. The war happening between two capitalist blocks, that are USA and USSR. USA and USSR is called as the Cold War, the small wars happening between the two capitalist blocs. The option of dividing into communist and capitalist, and capitalist, capitalist, the into communist and capitalist is not solving all the problems. They were making as communist and capitalist. It is not solving all problems. It is not solves all problems. But this ended after Second World War. But this communist and capitalist ended after Second World War. Second World War they also ended. Egypt and other countries, like India also started non-aligned movement, means they will not send communist or democratic blocks. They will be non-aligned, means they will be alone. They joined non-aligned movement. They started Egypt and many other countries including India. So due to Cold War, the weapons making were grown, and they did, and the USA did many agreements to sell their weapon, as well as they had a military army. They had a military army to get control on many countries, to take many countries to their democratic bloc. They did many organizations. They did like NATO. One of them is NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and another one is CETO, that is NATO. Afterwards, they made another organization called CETO, that is Central East North Treaty Organization, and another one is CENTO. And Central East North Treaty Organization, and another one is CETO, that is Southeast Asian Treaty Organization. So these organizations were made by USA, and as well as Warsaw Organization was made by USSR. A treaty made by USSR, whereas the USA has more manufacturing units in all states of the USA and all states, and it has more technology also. This Korean War, Suez Canal War, Canal in 1959, and Brazil War 59 or 56, and Brazil War in 1961 as well as, and many wars continued, and many Cold Wars continued. Many Cold Wars were continued. USA was only country was the country to gain power to gain power on whole world, gain power on whole world, on whole world. It became one of the super power country in whole world. In whole world, it became one of the superpower country in whole world. It is emergence of USA, emergence of USA, emergence of USA, emergence of USA to become super great power country. Emergence of USA to become strong country. How it became? Let's know. Strong country. So the economic depression that brought that affected USA in 1927 has brought many changes in political and economic changes to USA. And USA helped Triple Alliance, as you know, Triple Entity helped in by giving money. By giving money, they helped them, giving money as well as by this they had faced many setbacks. They had faced setbacks, and they had changed in their politics. So during Second World War, after First War, during Second World War, the Japan attacked on Pearl Harbor. Japan attacked on Pearl Harbor. Japan attacked on Pearl Harbor. Japan attacked on Pearl Harbor of USA, and USA also joined the war. They also joined the war, as well as the President Roosevelt, made people to get ready for war, and he encouraged women. He encouraged women, and they won war. USA won war, and they won war. And it has also made for establishment of UNO. After that UNO, and it helped USA also. As well as USA has become powerful country in 1945, and at the end of Cold War, USA became super powerful country as at the end of Cold War. So this was about your chapter economic, the political development of 10th century history, 10th chapter. So okay friends, I think you understand this chapter about the First World War, Hitler and Mussolini, and Second World War and Russian Revolution and Chinese Revolution, and how Cold Wars war, the wars between small country, and how the USA became the powerful country, superpower country. So okay friends, I will put this page as making PDFs in description. Don't forget to watch the description and download these pages. So okay friends, I will see you tomorrow with my next chapter explanation. Till then, take care, bye bye, see you and have a nice day friends. Bye friends.